Imagine a chest, no ordinary box, but a sacred vessel, forged under divine instruction, crafted by human hands in a desert wilderness, and adorned with gold so pure it glimmers as if touched by sunlight itself. This chest, the Ark of the Covenant, carried within it the tablets of stone upon which were etched the 10 Commandments, the very laws given to Moses by God on Mount Sinai. For centuries, the Ark was more than an artifact. It was a symbol, a talisman, the beating heart of a people's faith and identity. But then, one day, it vanished. Where did it go? What became of this holy relic? And why does its mystery still captivate the world? Today, we embark on a journey through millennia of history, myth, faith, and exploration to uncover the fate of the Ark of the Covenant. Chapter 1: The Origins, a divine blueprint in the desert long before kings built palaces and temples adorned with marble and gold. A tribe wandered a harsh desert, seeking freedom from slavery and a promised land. This tribe was the Israelites, and their story, intertwined with the Ark, begins with a man named Moses. In the book of Exodus, one of the oldest and most profound texts of Western civilization, the narrative unfolds. Moses ascends Mount Sinai, and there he encounters the divine. A burning bush, the voice of God, and then the laws that would govern his people's lives. Make a chest, God commands Moses, of acacia wood. Overlay it with pure gold, both inside and out. This chest, the Ark, is no mere box. It is sacred. Its dimensions are exacting: 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high, roughly 3 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet. Its cover, the mercy seat, is fashioned of pure gold, crowned by 2 cherubim, angelic figures with outstretched wings that form the throne of God's presence. The Ark was not just a container. It was a living symbol. It was the dwelling place of God's presence on earth, where heaven and humanity met. Priests carried it on poles inserted through golden rings, never touching the Ark directly, for to do so was death. And within it lay the stone tablets, the laws that shaped the moral and spiritual fabric of a civilization. The Ark and the Israelite journey. The Israelites carried the Ark with them during their 40 years of wandering in the desert. It was the center of their camp, the place where sacrifices were made, prayers offered, and God's guidance sought. Whenever they moved, the Ark led the way. During battles, the Ark was taken to the front, a symbol that God himself was in their midst. And where the Ark went, miracles followed. Miracles at the Ark's side. Take the crossing of the Jordan River. As the Israelite tribes approached the water's edge, the priests bearing the Ark stepped into the flowing river. Miraculously, the waters parted, allowing the people to cross on dry ground. A moment etched forever in the annals of history and faith. Or consider the Battle of Jericho. The Israelites circled the city for 7 days, carrying the Ark and blowing trumpets. On the 7th day, the walls of Jericho collapsed, granting them victory. Stories like these imbue the Ark with a supernatural aura, a powerful talisman wielding divine favor. The Ark in the tabernacle and later the temple. For decades, the Ark rested in the tabernacle, a portable sanctuary, a tent of meeting, constructed as a holy dwelling place for the divine presence during the desert journey. Then, under King Solomon, the first permanent temple was built in Jerusalem. The Ark was placed in the Holy of Holies, a chamber so sacred that only the high priest could enter, and only once a year on Yom Kippur. The Ark was the spiritual core of the temple, and by extension, the nation. Chapter 2: Jerusalem under siege. The Ark's vanishing, but even the greatest sanctuaries cannot protect against the ravages of time and war. To truly grasp the mystery of the Ark's disappearance, we must step into one of the most turbulent chapters in ancient history: the fall of Jerusalem and the destruction of Solomon's temple. It was a time when empires clashed, gods were tested, and destinies were rewritten. Jerusalem, a city like no other, perched atop rugged hills, It was a place of worship, politics, and intrigue. The temple, built by King Solomon some 400 years before the Babylonian siege, was the epicenter of Jewish faith. Within its sacred walls rested the Ark of the Covenant, the holiest of holies, the beating heart of a people's covenant with their God. For centuries, the temple was not just a religious site. It was a symbol of sovereignty and divine protection. The Ark was housed in the innermost chamber, accessible only by the high priest once a year, under strict rituals that underscored its sanctity. The threat of Babylon, but in the 6th century BCE, the mighty Babylonian Empire was expanding, and its ambitions soon reached Jerusalem. King Nebuchadnezzar II, a ruler known for his military prowess and monumental building projects, laid siege to the city. The biblical accounts describe a terrifying siege that brought famine, despair, and devastation. In 586 BCE, after a prolonged siege, Babylonian forces breached Jerusalem's defenses. The temple was burned, the city razed, and thousands of Jews were exiled to Babylon. The Ark's last known records, the Bible, particularly the books of Kings and Chronicles, describe the destruction of the temple in chilling detail but make no explicit mention of the Ark's fate. It simply vanishes from the narrative. Was it destroyed in the fire? Was it taken by the Babylonians as spoils? Or was it hidden away? Theories of the Ark's whereabouts after the fall hidden by priests. One compelling theory suggests that the Ark was concealed before the Babylonians could seize it. Priests, loyal and desperate, may have hidden the Ark in secret tunnels beneath the Temple Mount or elsewhere in Jerusalem. Taken by invaders. Another possibility is that the Babylonians took the Ark as a war trophy. Though Babylonian records boast of looting temples, there is no direct reference to the Arkansas. If the Ark was taken, it was lost in the vastness of the empire or destroyed in the chaos that followed. Lost in the Babylonian exile, the exile was a dark time for the Jewish people. Uprooted, disoriented, and struggling to preserve their identity. The Ark, central to their religious life, may have been lost, destroyed, or deliberately abandoned. Archaeological searches beneath the Temple Mount. Modern archaeology has attempted to locate evidence of the Ark or its hiding place. However, the Temple Mount remains one of the most sensitive and politically charged religious sites in the world. Excavations are limited, and many theories about secret chambers or tunnels remain unproven. The apocryphal and pseudepigraphal accounts outside the canonical texts, some apocryphal writings and legends describe the Ark being hidden in a cave or taken away by angels. These stories, though unverifiable, have fueled imaginations and inspired countless quests. The Ark and the Second Temple. When the Jews returned from exile decades later, the Second Temple was built, but the Ark was never placed there. The absence of the Ark in the new temple raises questions. Had it been lost forever? Or was it waiting in secret? The role of the Ark in Jewish thought after the exile. The Ark became more of a symbol than a physical object, a reminder of God's covenant, law, and presence. In prayer and liturgy, the Ark's memory was kept alive, even as its physical form was lost. Chapter 3. The Ark's journey beyond Jerusalem, legends and theories. The Ark of the Covenant did not simply vanish into the dust of history. Across continents and centuries, whispers and legends trace its path, some grounded in ancient tradition, others born from the human imagination's desire for wonder and discovery. One of the most compelling and enduring stories places the Ark far from Jerusalem, deep in the rugged highlands of Ethiopia. The Ethiopian claim, Aksum and the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in the ancient city of Aksum, Ethiopia's spiritual capital, stands a modest church said to house the true Ark of the Covenant. According to Ethiopian Orthodox tradition, the Ark was brought here centuries ago by Menelik I, a figure of legend, believed to be the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Menelik I and the Queen of Sheba. The story is as captivating as it is mysterious. The Queen of Sheba, a powerful and wealthy monarch from the ancient kingdom of Sheba, journeyed to Jerusalem to meet King Solomon. They exchanged wisdom and gifts, and some say their union resulted in the birth of Menelik I. As a young man, Menelik is said to have traveled to Jerusalem and returned to Ethiopia, bringing the ark with him, thus safeguarding it from the destruction that would soon come to Solomon's temple. The Ark in Aksum today, the Ark is believed to reside in a small chapel within the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. It is said that only one guardian monk may ever see the Ark, and he is sworn to a lifetime of celibacy and service. No one else is allowed inside the chapel, and no photographic evidence exists. This secrecy has led to skepticism and intrigue in equal measure. Archaeological and historical perspective scholars remain divided. Skeptics argue the story is a pious myth, created to establish religious authority and national pride. Yet, Ethiopia's rich Christian heritage and unique traditions, among the oldest in the world, lend some weight to these claims. Other theories: where else could the Ark be? The Ark's fate has been linked to many places, from caves in the Judean desert to remote monasteries and lost cities. The Sinai Desert and the caves of Qumran. Some researchers believe the Ark was hidden in the arid caves of the Sinai or near Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. The rugged terrain and ancient tunnels could have provided refuge for sacred objects during times of crisis. The Babylonians and the Lost Empire. Some theorists suggest the Ark was taken to Babylon, stored in a temple or treasury, but lost during subsequent conquests by the Persians and Greeks. No direct evidence survives, but the theory persists, bolstered by the lack of Babylonian mention and the chaotic history of the region. The Knights Templar and medieval legends. The medieval Knights Templar are linked in legend to the Arkansas. Some say they discovered the Ark during their crusades and secreted it away in Europe, perhaps in places like France or Scotland. While tantalizing, these tales are often viewed as modern myth-making inspired by popular fiction. The American Southwest? In a surprising twist, fringe theories propose the Ark made its way to the Americas, transported by early explorers or mysterious ancient travelers. Though lacking credible evidence, these stories reflect the Ark's power as a symbol that transcends cultures and continents. The Ark in popular culture. The Ark's legend has seeped into global consciousness, inspiring books, films, and endless speculation. Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Few images are as iconic as Indiana Jones racing to find the Ark before the Nazis in the 1981 blockbuster. This film, blending fact and fiction, sparked renewed public interest and a new generation of Ark hunters. Literature and documentaries. Countless authors, historians, and filmmakers have explored the Ark story, from religious texts to conspiracy theories, feeding the eternal fascination. Chapter 4. The Modern Quest, Archaeology and Exploration. Through centuries of myth and legend, one truth remains. Countless men and women have risked everything to find the Ark of the Covenant. The modern era, with its advances in archaeology, technology, and global exploration, has only intensified the search, revealing tantalizing clues, fierce debates, and dangerous quests. The archaeological pursuit begins in the 19th and 20th centuries. Western explorers and archaeologists began systematic searches in the Middle East. Charles Warren and Jerusalem's subterranean secrets. One of the earliest explorers was Captain Charles Warren, a British Army officer who, in the late 1800s, tunneled beneath Jerusalem's Temple Mount. His discoveries of ancient cisterns, tunnels, and chambers sparked hope that hidden vaults might conceal the Ark. But political and religious restrictions prevented full exploration. Warren's work remains a foundation for modern studies, a reminder of how much still lies beneath the sacred city. The search beneath the Temple Mount. Today, the Temple Mount remains a highly sensitive religious site, sacred to Jews, Muslims, and Christians alike. Excavation is fraught with political and religious tension, limiting archaeological efforts. Despite this, Some teams have used non-invasive technologies, ground-penetrating radar, scanning lasers, and sonar to explore beneath the surface. Though some anomalies have been detected, none have conclusively revealed the Ark's resting place. The Ethiopian expeditions in the 20th century. Explorers journeyed to Ethiopia to investigate the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion and the Ark legend. Western scholars have debated the authenticity of the Ethiopian claim. While many have been unable to access the Ark itself, interviews with priests and examination of ancient manuscripts reveal a rich tradition surrounding the artifact. The Dead Sea Scrolls and the Qumran caves. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the mid-20th century reinvigorated interest in Jewish history during the Second Temple period. Some theorists suggest that the Qumran community might have had access to, or knowledge about, hidden sacred objects, possibly including the Arkansas caves in the Judean desert. Remain an archaeological frontier, offering mysteries yet to be fully explored. The risks and controversies of the quest, the search for the Ark, has not been without peril. Political conflicts and religious sensitivities. Jerusalem's contested status means that excavations or searches can ignite international tensions. Both Jewish and Muslim authorities are protective of the Temple Mount, complicating attempts to explore beneath it. Lost in translation. The challenge of ancient texts. Ancient descriptions of the Ark's location and features are often ambiguous, symbolic, or contradictory. Scholars debate the accuracy and meaning of texts, making the search as much a puzzle of interpretation as physical exploration. The dangers of exploration throughout history. Those who have pursued the Ark have faced danger, from harsh environments to political imprisonment. Modern adventurers continue to navigate these risks in remote or volatile regions. Modern technology and the future of the search today. New technologies offer hope. Satellite imaging and aerial surveys can reveal hidden structures. Advanced ground-penetrating radar can map underground chambers. DNA and material analysis could authenticate discovered artifacts. Yet, the Ark remains elusive, a ghost beneath layers of history. Chapter 5. The Ark's meaning today. Symbolism and legacy. Even without physical proof, the Ark's legacy persists in culture, religion, and imagination. Its story challenges us to ponder questions of faith, history, and the limits of human knowledge. After millennia of mystery, myth, and relentless pursuit, the Ark of the Covenant remains lost to history, or perhaps deliberately hidden from our eyes. But what does the Ark truly mean to us today? Is its power rooted in gold and ancient stone? Or is it found in the stories, the faith, and the hope that endure? The Ark as a symbol of covenant and law for the Jewish people. The Ark is the ultimate symbol of the covenant with God, a sacred agreement that shapes identity, law, and spirituality. It represents the moment when divine law was given to humanity, laying the foundation for ethics and justice. The Ark in Christianity and Islam. In Christianity, the Ark is often seen as a prefiguration of Christ, a holy vessel carrying divine presence. In Islamic tradition, the Ark, known as the tablet, is also revered as a sign of God's favor and protection. Across these faiths, the Ark transcends its physical form to embody the divine connection with humanity. The Ark in culture and popular imagination. Beyond religion, the Ark captivates artists, writers, filmmakers, and seekers. Its mystery fuels books, movies, and legends, a symbol of ultimate treasure and hidden truths. It inspires explorers and dreamers alike to search for meaning beyond the visible. What if the Ark is found? The discovery of the Ark would be one of the most profound events in human history. It could shed light on ancient civilizations, religious traditions, and the origins of law and faith. But it would also raise profound questions. How would the world react? What meaning would the Ark hold in a modern, diverse world? Or is the mystery the message? Perhaps the Ark's greatest power lies in its mystery, the unknown that challenges us, invites us to believe, question, and seek. The Ark reminds us that some treasures are not just objects but ideas, symbols of hope, faith, and the human quest for connection with the divine. Closing thoughts, the fate of the Ark of the Covenant remains one of history's greatest enigmas. Lost to time, hidden by hands long gone, or preserved in secret, the Ark continues to inspire awe and wonder. Its story is a testament to human curiosity, devotion, and the eternal dance between history and myth. Thank you for joining this journey into the heart of one of the world's most enduring mysteries. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more explorations of history's greatest secrets. Share your thoughts and theories in the comments. What do you believe happened to the Ark? Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep the mystery alive.